Hello, I'm Pat and today I'm going to show you how to tune a Dobro. So obviously there are different possible tunings for any instrument and that's the same thing with the Dobro, but what I'm going to show you today is the most common tuning used, especially for bluegrass, but you can use this tuning for blues or any other type of music really, because in the end it's all about being creative with it. So let's go to a close-up and learn how to tune the instrument. Okay, so the classic tuning for a Dobro is GBD, GBD, from the thickest to the thinnest string. GBD, GBD. Also called high bass G tuning. And I'll explain why in a second. But first of all, you can think of this tuning as two groups of three notes, one octave apart. A first group, GBD, on the three low strings, and then the same group of three notes, GBD, but one octave higher. And what's cool about this is that anything you play, for example on the three high strings, can also be played on the three low strings in the same position. Okay, so that's a pretty cool trick for licks or phrases that you play, for example, like I did on the three high strings, and then that you want to repeat in a lower octave. Another cool thing about this tuning is that it makes the process of learning notes on the fretboard much quicker, because once you've learned the note names on the three low strings, for example, then you've also learned them on the three high strings. Okay, this is a F, so I know. This is a F too. This is a D, so I know. This is a D too. Okay, so that's a lot of good news for lazy musicians, I guess. Okay, one more thing about this tuning. If you know a little bit of music theory, G, B, and D are respectively the root, the third, and the fifth of a G major chord. So if you strum the open strings, you get a G major chord. And I think that's one of the reasons why this tuning works so well with bluegrass, because in bluegrass you play in major keys a lot of the time, so the Dobro tuning is great for that. Now, you might wonder what's the difference between this GBD tuning and the classic open G tuning, commonly used in blues, because in open G tuning, you also get a G major chord when you strum the open strings. Okay? The difference between those two tunings is on the two low strings. In open G, you've got D, G, D, G, B, D. D, G, D, G, B, D. So you've got a low D instead of a high G in GBD tuning, and then you've got a D on the fifth string instead of a B in GBD tuning. Okay, so same notes but different order. Okay, that's the main technical difference. But of course, this difference is also what gives a lot of opportunities for different chords, different licks in open G tuning, which is of course way beyond the scope of this lesson. But this comparison between GBD tuning and open G tuning explains why this GBD tuning is also called high bass G tuning, because you got a high G on the lowest string, the bass string. Okay, high G. So that's why we called GBD tuning high bass G tuning. Okay. Okay, now let's tune the Dobro. First thing I want to mention is that this tuning creates a lot of tension, and especially in the lowest string. But a Dobro is designed for that, so you don't have to worry about any excessive tension this might cause. That being said, keep in mind, this is for a Dobro only. So I would not recommend this tuning for an instrument like a regular guitar or Weizenborn, which are usually not designed to tolerate such tension. Okay, so this is for Dobro only. Now, what I generally recommend to tune a dobro is to use a clip-on tuner, like this one, which is a Korg AW2. But you could also use an app or an online tuner. And if you want more information, I've made a separate lesson where I go in depth on the dobro accessories you need and also talk about strings, so you might want to check that out first. So generally, I clip my tuner on the headstock of the guitar. Let me see if I can show you the headstock. There you go. And I clip my tuner like this on the headstock. But I also saw some guys who clip it here. You see here? Or here? Okay, you could also clip it here. It doesn't really matter because a clip-on tuner senses vibrations. Okay? Now, let's tune the instrument. Starting on a thick string, we've got a G. Okay, fifth string, we've got a B. Fourth string, a D. Third string, a G. Second string, a B again. And then first string, a D. And here is my G major chord. What you might notice now is that your G major chord sounds a bit out of tune. And this is because the B strings, the major third of the chord, needs to be a little flat. Okay, so the trick I generally recommend, and that lots of dobro players use too, is to tune down your B string just a little bit. And this will make the B note blend a bit better with the other notes and make your G chord sound more in tune. Can you hear the difference? If you're a beginner, you might not hear the difference right now. Okay, so just keep this in mind if you're a bit confused right now. And you probably want to try that out again at some point in the future when your ear gets better and also when you're more familiar with the instrument and the tuning. Anyway, if you tune down your B strings, what you can do is either use the tuner, or you can first tune down the second string with the tuner, just a notch or two, like I said, just a little bit flat, and then tune your fifth string to your second string. But you've got to use your ears and let them tell you if this is in tune or not. So that's why I generally don't recommend this for complete beginners. Okay, so hopefully now you've got your resonator guitar in tune. So remember, get yourself some sort of tuning tool. I think it's a good habit to use a tuner to tune your instrument, and especially when you're a beginner, because you will quickly get used to how your instrument should sound like when it's in tune, and that will train your ears too. So after a while, you will be able to notice when your instrument is not in tune and even adjust it by ear. So I think that's about it for today. Once again, I'm Pat from learningwithpat.com. If you dig the lessons, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also check out the site for more. I really appreciate the support, and I see you later. Thanks. Bye.